When you're dealing with Trump supporters, you gotta remember, they believe everything they spout. Yes, they do need to not admit that they were wrong, and that's part of the reason why they support the Traitors Party. But they actually believe the crazy things that are espoused on Fox propaganda network. A Brooklyn Center man claimed that his house was set on fire because of a Trump flag. Dennis Molala, arsonist and fraudster, plus so stupid that he thinks this is what Democrats do. I mean, he must have watched too much Fox propaganda network. He set his own house on fire and spray painted this. One of the things the media needs to stop doing is uncritically reporting like they did when this stupidity came forward. Biden is better than every Republican. But we hold our noses for the most part because it's either traitors or a corporate Democrat. And you just have to accept that he's not going to be perfect. But, he won't try to overthrow the United States after he loses an election. Black Lives Matter isn't about anarchy. It's about lowering crime. It's about stopping cops from breaking the law and violating civil rights. And anarchy and crime bill Biden? Just plain ridiculous. Democrats don't do this. Republicans do, because this is nutcase stuff. I mean, that person is great because he doesn't display the traitor flag like other Republicans. But that's even better. Still better than a lot of Republicans that fly the Nazi flag. The media didn't think. The media didn't even criticize or think at all about this guy saying his house was set on fire because of a Trump flag. When have Democrats ever gone to this level of stupidity? Now, watch the media here. Just let this idiot who set his own house on fire and risked his kids, his wife, and is going to be spending time in jail. Just listen to his stupidity and how much the media just does not care.
One burned the garage and trucks of a Brooklyn Center family last night.
They believe it was because of the Trump 2020 flags that were draped over them. Family says that they were sleeping when a large explosion woke them up. As Esme Murphy reports, the FBI and ATF have been called in to investigate.
I heard just a big loud boom or a bang. And the first thing for me was my kids, my wife. What's going on?
Deanna Mola snapped these images of her family's garage, trucks, and trailer as they burned shortly after 3 this morning. Graffiti on the garage said Biden 2020, BLM, and the anarchy symbol of an A with a circle around it. 2 3x5 Trump flags were on the trailer and truck. Dennis Mola saw 3 people running from the home. He focused on getting his children ages 2 and 5 months out.
Our family's safe. That's the main thing. All this is material. It's all material.
Yeah.
It's not as important as our family.
The family says they got these flags a week ago after Dennis, a contractor, got into a dispute at a work site over his support for Trump. They say ever since they've had them up, people have been driving by the house slowly, some even taking pictures.
We're just very happy to be alive and praise God that we're alive.
The family was also able to save 4 puppies from the smoke-filled garage. Their home suffered minor damage. They can't believe someone targeted them for their political beliefs.
It just shocked me. This kind of stuff should not happen, especially over beliefs of some sort.
One of the couple's surveillance cameras was blocked just before the explosion. Other surveillance cameras have been turned over to authorities. In Brooklyn Center, Esme Murphy, WCCO 4 News.
How can anyone believe that stupidity? This is CBS. You would expect that this blatant delusional stuff that he's spouting be uncritical on Fox, because that's literally the only thing they do. But Republicans spout it, Fox regurgitates it, and every single person in the media gets dumber. I would like to give a great shout out to this local news channel that stuck with the story and finally got to the truth. Take a look at this.
It was an alleged crime that at the time seemed to sum up the political divisions in our country. A man claiming a fire was started at his house in fall 2020 because of a Trump flag on display. But today, that incident was revealed to be a hoax.
Dennis Mola pleaded guilty in federal court to wire fraud for the insurance claims that he made and GoFundMe money that he collected after the fire. Lou Raguse was in court today and has more.
In an interview outside the charred remains of his camper and trucks in September 2020.
I was just thinking that it was not real.
Dennis Mola from Brooklyn Center told KARE 11 News he believed the motive for the arson was that someone didn't like his new Trump 2020 flag. After all, his garage was tagged with Biden 2020, Black Lives Matter, and the anarchist A symbol.
It doesn't matter what party we are, Republican, Democratic. I feel like this is just over and beyond terrible.
Making the story even more sympathetic, Mola and his wife describe getting their kids out of the house and saving puppies from the burning garage.
I couldn't see anything. I had to just feel for where the puppies were.
But the whole thing turned out to be a lie, a hoax, and Mola's insurance claims and GoFundMe money he collected, a crime.
Could you tell us why you lied, Dennis?
Inside a federal courtroom, Mola admitted he started the fire and he painted the graffiti so that he could make a $300,000 insurance claim and collect $17,000 in GoFundMe donations. He pleaded guilty to wire fraud, sobbing through much of the court hearing.
Very remorseful.
Yep.
No other comments, though.
Mola's attorney says the defendant paid back all the insurance money he collected and has saved enough to pay back the GoFundMe donations as soon as the court facilitates them.
The plea deal does not nail down a prison term, so when Mola is sentenced at a later date, he'll likely receive between 3 and 4 years in prison, although the judge has discretion to go lower. Back to you.
This is what should be on TV. What happened? Is it really that difficult? The idiocy that allowed Mola to set the fire, believing that Democrats would have done that, and getting no pushback, is why the American people are so quiet about the current overthrowing of the United States. They just haven't been informed. So if you like those videos, please help. The YouTube algorithm is horribly biased against, progressives. And the Republicans have massive amounts of money just to buy it off. So every time you like, every time you put a comment down below, helps us out. So like, subscribe, and if you really want to help the environment, down below is a link to a GoFundMe page where it has a brand new power generation that is 0% carbon emission and one of the cheapest productions of electricity the world has ever had. So go down, help us out.